Back East Texas, we're joined now by James Willite to talk about Rose Rosette. And while it sounds pretty, I just learned about 5 minutes ago that it is not.
It's not pretty at all.
It's not a pleasure thing.
It is not. It is, matter of fact, it is very ugly as far as roses go. Rosette is a virus, and it's been with us, gosh, they discovered it back in the 30s, but for years and years, the rosarians have kind of rogued it out of the fields, and here in the last, say, 10, 11 years, since we have gotten the popularity of the repeat blooming roses, and everybody's gone back to roses. You know, used to at one time, rosarian was a guy that was kind of a plant geek, and they would grow their roses, and most folks did not fiddle with that many roses because they were difficult. Now everybody has roses, and they've got hedges of roses, and they're gorgeous until they get this, and this is the rose rosette. It's a virus. It's spread by a little mite. It causes what's called witch's brooming, and that's when all the foliage just becomes so dense it looks like a broom. The thorns actually just explode on the stem, and the stems oftentimes elongate beyond belief. They'll just explode in growth. It causes the strangest looking growths, and there's nothing you can do to stop it. It is detrimental. It will kill your plants, and the very best thing you can do is dig that plant up and get rid of it. And I don't mean put it on your compost. That's the worst thing you could do, is keep it around. Dig it up, carry it to the dump, put it in your burn pile if you happen to have one, but destroy it, get rid of it, put it in a plastic bag and set it at the curb. Take the mulch that was around that plant, do the same thing with it. Again, it's a mite that is causing this, and the little tiny mites, microscopic, you can't even see them. Bite the plant and infect it with the virus, and here is the result. There's just nothing you can do to stop it. And so I know that sounds fatal. It is fatal to the plant.
Is there a way to tell before it gets to this point that they're in your garden? Maybe it hasn't bitten yet, or?
Not at this time, no.
No.
The best you can do is hope you don't get it. Look for good, healthy stock. If you happen to be shopping for a rose, and I'm not going to suggest you don't plant roses, they're absolutely gorgeous, and your chances of getting this are not too high. If you're shopping for roses, look for good, clean stock. Talk to somebody who actually has a garden center that knows and can talk with you about their plants. If you happen to see an infected plant at a garden center, just very quietly and politely mention quietly to somebody that they might have rosette, and then don't buy your roses there. Find a good source. Roses are still a beautiful plant and should be used.
And they do great here.
But to answer your question, no, there's no forewarning unless you see this begin to start.
That's sad.
It is terribly sad. And then, again, the only thing to do is to get rid of it.
Can it do that to other plants other than roses, or just?
I suspect that is the case, but it's the rose that's being affected.
Okay.
I suspect that it could move on to other plants, but right now we don't know of any other plants. I don't know of any other plants that it affects.
Interesting. So James,
Terrible.
People want to learn more about rose rosette, or maybe
they can
roses.
Google rose rosette, or they can give us a call, or look us up online and find us, and we'd be happy to visit with them and even take a picture and send it to us. We can tell them whether they've got it or not, for the most part. And honestly, this looks like rose rosette, but without sending it in and having the mites identified, I can't tell you this is actually rose rosette. It looks like it. It's quacking like a duck. It's walking like a duck.
There must be a duck.
It must be a duck.
Thank you, James, so much.
Always my pleasure.
All right, coming up next on KT.